Hey guys, this is Sky Saints here, and I'm bringing you guys a video on Project Cars. Now, I'm this McLaren here that it's focusing on, the McLaren. Now, this was at Watkins Glen. It's a racetrack in America, and it's a around 5-minute video. This is my audio's after it's already over, and I'm just going to show you guys what happened because I thought it was pretty cool. So we're coming through this first turn, and there's that Aston Martin. He pushed me up off the edge, but then he messed up there, and him and the Audi and me messed up there by going off the grass. But coming around this turn, I was able to get just barely tapping on the inside of him, and he pushed, and I got pushed. Now I pushed him out, but he came around the corner too quick, and the Audi pushed him out to the outer wall, which he hit it and got shoved back. Then I come up on the Audi, give it a little nudge tap to move over, telling him to get out of my way, I'm faster than you. So he moves down to the bottom, then he slides up like that, and that was it for him. He's done with the rest of that race. So now it's just me and the other McLaren. And I'm chasing him down across the line. We come into the first turn. He gets a solid entry and a pretty solid exit. I get a terrible exit, but I got a pretty good entry. Now, there's another McLaren in third coming towards us, but everybody else is pretty far behind. Now in there, here I'll rewind it, in here I get caught on that little ledge and it pulls me up into the wall. Now I still keep second, as you're gonna see, but the other McLaren does catch me and the McLaren in first does leave. Now coming into these first turns, you have to barely nudge up on that edge and then swing around. Now see, that time I did it pretty flawlessly, but the first McLaren did too. And here on this outside, I went too far, as you can see right there. I popped up and out because I came in too fast, and I hit the outer wall right there, which then gave the last McLaren enough time to come and catch me. Now there is a bit of lag, as you can see sometimes. But yes, the first McLaren has left. The third McLaren is coming up behind me, and behind him is the Audi, another McLaren, and a Mercedes, I believe. Now coming into this turn, I slow down to make sure that I stay low, but the other McLaren keeps it going pretty fast. Now the Audi and the Aston Martin, and I believe it was a BMW, now they just stay back there, and it's really just us three McLarens fighting for it. That third McLaren though, the one behind me, does lose his spot, but another McLaren comes and takes it after that. So coming up in here, I'm starting to leave the third McLaren and catch the first McLaren. I'm doing everything pretty solidly, coming in throughout the turns, making good headway on this first McLaren. Now I start to come down into this turn, and he popped up on it, and I'm coming through pretty flawlessly, coming up after him, and I start to catch him here, and I go in for a little tap to try and hit him and nudge him. But I came in too fast coming around that turn, so I had to slow down, and I came up high. So I kind of had to slow down too much there to try and keep my spot. So yes, there is the other McLaren. It's 4 McLarens now. First, second, third, and fourth. Now coming through here, as you can see, let's rewind it, an Aston Martin just comes running around the track. The third McLaren that was catching me sadly wrecks, as you can see him in the back corner, but the other McLaren takes his spot, as you can see that silver McLaren. But none of them have the time to catch us, as you can see the very big lead, unless either I wreck or the McLaren in first, like, oh, look at this. Coming in throughout here. Oh, here, let's change the camera angle. Coming in throughout here. We're coming in through the turn, coming down. We just passed the finish line coming into this first turn. He doesn't brake good enough, but I don't brake that good either. But I had already been putting on the acceleration to pass him. So I was able to get the lead, and this is the final lap. So if I'm able to keep this, I can win. Now, as you can see, he is keeping a consistent spot behind me. And he does start catching me, as you can kind of see throughout here. But in here, I start to come down, and I leave him right there because he pops out on the grass. And it slows him down somewhat. And then he pops out, I believe, up there. Or no, he keeps down low. Okay. Then coming out of this turn, he stays with me pretty much throughout everything. He did start catching a little bit later on here. Like here, he starts catching me whenever I slow down into this turn. And I start taking it. Now, I had to slow down to kind of stay down there, but here that's the last turn, so I've already won. And he popped out a bit too high, which he had to swing back down in. It made him lose some of his momentum. And we crossed the line with me leading the final lap. Now, let's go back to the deciding move of this race. This is what I call one of the best moves in this race I could have done. It is literally what decided the race from... It decided the race that moment. There was nothing... Oh, what happened here? Oh, well then. Looks like that's it, people, for this episode. All I wanted to do is show you that, so yes, thank you. And this is the loading screen for Project Cars. Have a good day.